This update on news about the new course of the USA in climate policy induced me to interrupt my free course on GHG accounting for this week. Now let's dive in and you will discover a not so evident consequence of this news for the carbon credit market. The Paris Agreement, adopted in 2015, is a global commitment to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. However, major economies like the USA have signaled their intent to leave the agreement. But what does this mean for the global carbon credit market? In this video, we'll analyze how the important concept of additionality will influence carbon credit pricing. With the USA stepping away from the Paris Agreement, other nations may reconsider their participation. Many governments face economic pressures and might see emission reduction policies as an economic constraint on growth. They may fear that a country without these constraints will have a competitive advantage on them and step out. This will alter the dynamics of voluntary carbon markets. So what might happen? In carbon markets, additionality is a critical principle. It ensures that emission reductions or removals behind the carbon credit are additional and would not have happened without the price paid for that carbon credit. It means that in the world there is indeed more emission reduction thanks to this effort and justifying its price. So when emission reductions are legally required, for example in countries that adhere to the Paris Agreement, products are often considered not additional, because also without the carbon credit funding they will happen under the legal pressure. Indeed, there was some concern that with so many countries in the Paris Agreement, many countries would be obligated to reduce emissions and few projects would be additional. Therefore, few carbon credits would be available on the market and this would result in high prices. Good for project developers, but less for those emitters that need to integrate their obligations to reduce emission reductions with carbon credits. With fewer obligated organizations and more projects now meeting additionality criteria, the supply of carbon credits will rise. A bit like in the past, when the Clean Development Mechanism or CDM was still the only one. Developing countries were not obligated and plenty of projects were additional. Lower prices in a voluntary carbon market make offsetting more affordable for the corporations, but will decrease the pressure to reduce their own emissions. It may also reduce the financial incentives for new sustainability projects. Despite falling prices, this shift presents also opportunities. Companies looking to meet net zero goals can purchase offsets at a lower cost. Investors might explore undervalued carbon credits, and project developers will enjoy a more active market with higher volumes and opportunities and could refine their methodologies to ensure that their credits have a strong credibility in a changing market. The USA leaving the Paris Agreement has a complex impact on carbon markets. While it can lower their credit prices, it may also drive more innovation in voluntary offset projects. Many organizations in the USA have already been active in climate projects, many of which make not only ecological but also business sense. This is not the end. We are not here to take sides, but to analyze the evolving carbon economy. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's navigate this transition together. I hope you like this spontaneous interlude, and if you like it, you might be interested to continue also with the free course, of which I gave only the first of the 12 lessons. Please subscribe to ensure you will be notified for the following lessons.